And Ikindu, I think that it was no surprise at all that your observance of the trade god, the cult of the open way, is almost certainly going to become popular. There are people who are obviously the people who feel they would benefit from opening up this whole area to long distance trade are going to be very excited by your practices and will want to join them on the holy days. So remember, in this culture, you can be a layman of many cults. That's okay.
Yeah,
so
that's how my cults are built.
Right.
So I can practice them wherever I go.
Right, and people can participate in the trade and sign in for a little while and have a nice time and get the work done and then go back to their regular gods on their own days. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that practice is occurring as well. In fact, why don't you make a cult lore roll for the open way? Just cult lore. It's good.
Cult lore. How much do I have? Cult lore, I have 50 and I rolled 32.
Fantastic. Check that skill, and I want you to know that you have effectively taught them correctly. So now there are people in the village who are able to participate and not get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have effectively communicated what your cult is about and how it is going to work. So people knew about it, but they didn't know what to do before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of your new charisma, if you want to look at it that way. Right.
Okay.
Good. Let's take a few more steps. Skava, one day out there in the woods with Ikindu, I would like you to make a scan roll.
$63. My level is 60. So.
Oh, that's
not
very
great.
Frustrating. Yes. Okay. In that case, you will not notice until the next time you look in your backpack.
What?
That somebody has put what looks like it's a big egg, but it is not a bird's egg. It is a more slippery and a more flexible egg than a bird's, and it is, you can partly see through it, and what is inside is a folded up insect creature.
Ikindu, I suppose that wasn't you?
Surprise, it wasn't me.
Right.
Okay.
Congratulations, you're her mother.
That's right.
Very funny. Really funny.
Throw it against the rock.
Okay.
I'm interested in what you might do.
Yeah, I was thinking, is there anything I can roll, but I don't see anything?
I didn't use scan. Can I use scan maybe?
Well, you can start looking around to see if anything is around now. This is later in the day. This happened sometime during the day, and you don't know when this happens. But now she is looking in her backpack, and the two of you are finding this thing. And if you want to start looking around nervously, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I think I
Okay.
would look around nervously at this time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Then I use scan, or
Yes, you do.
is that okay? I have 60.
I'm actually going to string my bow because
30,
I may know.
34.
Excellent. Check your scan for later
Okay.
improvement. And then I want you to you will notice that there are beings or people who are very far back in the forest behind the trees, well back far away from the two of you. But you are not entirely, they are not in fighting distance at all, but they are back there in the woods watching you.
Do I know if these are insect people or what kind of beings they are?
Well, you know that they are about the size of people, and you know that they are moving like people, but you cannot tell if they're insect people or not.
Can I use Farsi out of battle?
Absolutely.
I'm going to spend 1 power.
Excellent. When he says, look over there, you say, why, I think I shall. And so when you see Farsi, yes, there are, it's like, right? You completely understand. These are two insect people, and they are armed in with the slings that you have been familiar with, and they are not, however, they are not painted like the ones who hunted you. They are instead, actually, they are decorated with the runes of the Woods Woman.
Okay.
Hey, Preston.
It's okay, Mika. Family.
Yeah. Okay.
So
They okay?
I will take out an arrow anyway. But I'll keep my bow down.
Okay.
I just want to be prepared. And I try. We'll stop and wait.
Okay.
Is there any place that's half open or more open than this?
Yes, you can definitely maneuver to a better spot for your specialized combat abilities.
I would like to do that.
Okay. That's not a problem. And I want you to know, it's very clear with your Farsi that when they have noted the change in your postures and where you are placing yourself, that they are going to leave, and it's a definite departure. They have left the area. They are not going to be following or sneaking after you.
Okay.
But the next time that you come to one of the spots that is appropriate for the woodswoman, maybe somewhere where you have placed some plants or something, to get this started, you will notice that they have hung up some pieces of insect exoskeleton that they have molted off. And so, for example, it would be someone's head. It would be like an insect person's head, but just the exoskeleton that they had molted from.
Well, that's fine.
And they've left that in there. So
I take that as a good sign.
Yeah. So Akindi, you might want to take that as a pretty good sign for your interests as well.
Yeah. I want to contribute somehow, try to communicate with them.
Okay.
But I think like a merchant, so
Right.
I probably would use play some ore, and as I'm doing that, I am kind of thinking to myself, well, we've been outdoors and we've kind of bumped heads, Skava and me. So I ask her, what is an appropriate gift for the Earth Goddess?
What else, aside from ore or stones, do you have?
Well, I like ore and apparently to taste a lot of different things.
Well, I think that to clarify the contents a little bit, the relationship between these two cults is very clear. The roads are safe for merchants and travel and exploration and opening new ways, but it is in the context of respect for the wilderness that they go through. And so, therefore, if you were to put any offering of your kinds that's characteristic for your cult, it would not be in the woodswoman's shrine, it would be on a path.
Mm.
It would be on a path that goes past it, for example, to show this proper relationship. And in that case, it can be anything that you think is valuable or is valuable in some kind of exchange.
Okay. Because I'm seeing that there are insect people that have contributed gifts for the Earth Woman. That's why I want to contribute a gift there as well to kind of say well, that's already happened.
Well,
so we're actually doing the same thing. So I probably shouldn't do anything there.
Well, you're welcome to put some of your funny stones on the side of the path next to the shrine. I think that would be appropriate.
I should
You
point
don't have
out that
anything
if it
else?
weren't for these funny stones, you wouldn't have any bronze. But
yeah,
just want to point out that you, with your bronze sword and your bronze-tipped arrows, might want to give it a little bit of credit. But okay.
I'll try to find some ore, and stack them kind of like in a. Yeah. So it's kind of like a tower.
Yeah. That's perfectly reasonable, and I think that you can set that up in relation to the shrine so that it's very clear.
I have to admit, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good start, especially because Skava, what are you going to do with your new possession, your new little friend?
Confused as I am, I'm probably going to go back to the village and trying to ask Yala or Erko if they knew anything about raising insects.
This is Urko's favorite day. There's skulls, there's baby bugs.
He's not going to touch it.
I love it. Yeah. It's great.
I just want to show it, and I want it wise.
Excellent.
I'm probably going to tell everybody that some of the insect people tried to make contact and seemed kind of friendly.
And you got that egg from them?
Not sure. I didn't really realize when it was in my backpack all of a sudden, and then
it could have happened when we slept. So
yeah, I wasn't really careful. And then we saw two of them, and when we came back to one of the little shrines, somebody left some offerings.
Are you sure that these are the insect people?
Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. I saw them quite clearly after Ikenlu pointed them out to me.
Okay.
Yes, I thought in that case. You think they might revere you as some kind of leadership?
What's happening?
Well, you're Mother Nature now, so
Oh, come on, please.
the insects like nature. So
I wanted help. I don't want you guys to. No, stop it. Okay? Just stop it.
I
You
Do you know
get out in
anything
front.
Oh,